Hello everyone, this is my first video for a tutorial. I've given directions but never a video, but I figured for this freeze infuse with these long tubes, you get them in the soap area, silicone soap molds. This one here is a snowflake, okay? And I start by tying the bottom. I have already started this, but I start by tying the bottom with rubber bands nice and tight because the water does leak sometimes on these. Usually I'll have a bowl or paper towels or something. This one's not leaking nearly as bad as the others. And I have my water bottle with a hole in the top. And I also had the little worm blower thingy. And I use this one. I have my white frit. These are used to hold. These two containers I'm using to hold up the tube. And then we have our freakishly weird spoon that I got the idea from Glass Hoppa. Don't forget your mask, which I do have a mask on, but I wanted to show you a mask. And then I have a flower stem. This is one of my flower stems, you know, mushroom stems, flower stems. And I use it to push the frit down in. Okay, I just help between that and the little pounding like this. It helps settle the powder. So let's start. This is almost done, but we'll at least show you. So you dump the powder into the mold, do a couple little scoops. The spoon really helps get it in there. And then you add water. Add some water. Add water and then pound it. Get it all settled in there. Don't pound it too hard. This isn't getting your frustrations out, but either that or you can use one of your little vibrating tools for all those that have them. And then if you want a little extra, I put it down there. It's just mixing that water in a little bit at a time. And I do feel it going down, so this does help. I try to get it out. Then I mix it up just a tad bit more. Up, see, not too hard. Yeah, the water goes everywhere. That's why my powder's over here. And here we go. Add a little more. Little more. Little water. I feel like there's a lot of water that time. We also have, as you're getting to the top, chopstick helps. You're getting towards the top. It's just not long enough for the whole tube if you're down at the, but as you go further up and it's almost full, halfway or higher, it works. See, it doesn't go all the way down. See, almost though. And then you add more. And you keep doing this until it's full. It's time consuming, but just imagine how many snowflakes you're going to get from this one tube. This one tube. And you just keep filling it. And water. And it doesn't have to be too little bit of water. You could, just don't fill it too much where the water will not soak down. I haven't been doing this for a long time. I did just try it and then I loved it and posted it and everybody's like, I want a tutorial. So see how it looks in there? Can we see it? See, there's a lot of water in there. I mix it up a little bit because the water sometimes sits on the top. And, the water rises for those that, you do freeze infuse. Now for the schedule on these, I use my normal schedule and I'll post that top of my head because it's in my kiln. I don't remember what it was. But I use the normal schedule. And like I said, I'll post it. You know, I'm a little nervous, and I sound nervous because this is the first video. But let me know in the comments how I did and what you would change. Or if you have any questions, let me know. Sorry, that's my husband upstairs walking around. He's loud. And yes, I'm on the video, and you just keep pushing down. And stomping. Now we're getting up towards the top. You see that water? So I'll start not putting it. And see how the mold is kind of getting fatter? See, if you see an empty mold here, let me show you one. This is my star mold. It's kind of, I guess you can't really see it, but it's a little flimsy and thin. Well, this one's puckering out. It's getting tough. You can't really bend it, but you can up here, see? But down here, no. So you know the water, you need more powder here. But you know down here where it's nice and tight. Now this does take a lot of powder, a lot of time. This was brand new. And I did one other tube of, what did I do? Oh, white bears. I'm doing polar bears. You know, I'm getting ready for Christmas. So, yeah. So this is brand new with the one thing of polar bears in this one. So it does take a lot of powder. The only thing with this one is all the snowflakes are going to look alike. I haven't seemed to find different ones, different snowflake patterns. So I was thinking about skipping over this one, but I was bored. I have my toilet paper here. Sorry, get it off. I have my toilet paper here. Getting some of this excess water out. Let it soak up a little bit. Sorry, my workspace is a little bit crazy. Like I said, I wasn't going to videotape this, but so many people asked for the tutorial that I figured I would post it in video, not post it, but videotape it while I was doing these. Oh, sorry, I was off script here, off the camera. Add a little more. So going a little slower as you get to the top, because you don't want to put too much power and the powder go everywhere. But you want to make sure you fill it up. And you can do these halfway. I haven't, but there were some comments. You can do them halfway. Just fill it up halfway. Just try to, it's hard to get the paper down inside to get the excess water, but you know, water rises, you can dump it out. So that would help. I haven't tried doing the halfway, but I don't see why you can't do it. I just figured if I'm already doing it, my shelf is 16 inches that I'm using, my kiln shelf. So these will fit perfect on there, and I'll be able to do, because it's a 12 by 12, I'll be able to get quite a few on there. I usually only do one style each. I have, what do I have in there? In the freezer right now. I have my autumn leaves with multiple colors. These are the colors I used for my autumn leaves. So they're just sitting there. I'll have to do a tutorial on how I do that because I leave the mold open. See, it's a two-piece mold. I'll show you. These are two-piece molds. They come in twos. See that? And then they just click together. So I leave them open when I do my leaves. I leave them open. I do the yellow. I do the red. I freeze them flat. Then I do the exact same thing. I put them together. And they are tough to put together once they're frozen, but they do go together. I tie it tight. I put more rubber bands. I start at the bottom and move up with the rubber bands. just for that extra, because it's really tough once it's frozen to get it closed. And then I do this little bit, on and off. Little powder, little water, little powder, little water. Same exact thing. I will put them back in the freezer in the middle of it, just to give it, because once this, the two colors start melting, then you want to put it back in the freezer so they don't melt completely. And we'll see how that works. They don't run as much. You could do colors, like do red water, yellow water, orange water. You can do that too. But that's just like a layering. You're not really, because you're cutting thin pieces off that, so you're not really getting 3 colors on one. Sorry, I had to shut the camera off, but I heard the little dingy noise. And let's mix this up. We're getting right to the top. See, I can't see if you can tell, that's watery, but let's mix this all up. And then add a little more. You keep doing this. I mean, it's a process, but can you imagine how many pieces you can get from one tube? It's worth it. Next time, what I'm going to do, like I did the leaves, I'm going to do the tips in blue. So I'm going to leave it open like I do the leaves. I'm going to leave it open, put blue just at the edge, just a light layer, freeze it, and then put the white in. I think that will make a little difference. I should have done that this time. Didn't think about it till just now when I was talking about the leaves. That's what's nice about doing this. You can always come up with something new. Or you can do blue leaves. Sorry, not leaves, snowflakes. You can always do blue snowflakes. Yeah, this video keeps shutting off. I don't know what the problem is, but we're getting there. But get all that in there. Hand is getting tired, but that's okay. Sorry if I keep moving the camera. Get that in the little corners. Let it pause for a second. Get some water to pop up. And then you clear it off with your paper. No, I probably should get some cheap toilet paper. I've been using Charmin. Thank goodness my husband hasn't seen it. We're not in what'd you guys do when there was a shortage in toilet paper? What'd you guys use? Let me know in the comments what you guys used during the shortage of toilet paper. I didn't start this, the freeze and fuse, sorry, till after, or didn't really get into it, so it wasn't a big deal. But a little bit more. But yeah, let me know what you all did during the shortage. Did you stock up on toilet paper? There we go. I think that's good. So we're going to let that freeze. Standing upright, I put a little cup in the freezer so it will sit in there. I'm going to wait a few minutes to get any water that comes up, and then I will, yeah. So that is how I fill up my tube, and I'll do another video of taking it apart and putting it in the kiln. Okay? Here we go. I'm going to show you my freezer. Yeah. This is my freezer. These are all my turtles. This is one. I need one more plate, and I'll have a 91 for my shelf, because it holds a 91. Then I have my polar bear, my leaf. I have a music notes. I should put more in there. My strawberry. Now I put little stringers. You see that? Put some stringers in there, down in there, so it gives those little, seeds. And then this is how I, the snowflake, I put it in a cup just in case there's any leakage. Now you guys get to see all my vegetables and food and ice. Yeah, I have to share a room. So yeah. Anyways, Ben & Jerry's. We like Ben & Jerry's. But yeah, then once it's frozen, I'll lay it up here overnight and put another one in. I could probably fit 2 in, maybe. There are smaller, thinner ones, but yeah.